Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Oh, it's already fogging up. I just cleaned the camera off and it is already fogging up because it is so humid out here. Hold on just a second. Let me clean it off a little bit again with my shirt. Oh, okay. Here we go. Hopefully that will fix it this time. Oh, looks like it's getting fixed. Okay, hi, how are you guys doing today? The sky in the background looks really, really pretty, doesn't it? Can you guys see how much sun I got today? I got a crazy amount of sun today. I think it's gonna keep on fogging up, but Alex is getting ready to take a shower, and then we're gonna lay down and take a little bit of a nap. Well, I'm gonna take a shower, and then we're gonna take a nap, and then we have dinner tonight. So I was like, while he's taking a shower, I will vlog for a little bit, and then I will oh, here we go again. Oh my God, here we go again. Okay, hold on. This will only last for like 5 minutes, and then the humidity will kind of like, the camera will be fixed. Anyway, and then when we get back from dinner tonight, I will either finish the vlog up or it'll just be a short vlog tonight. So I don't know which. I don't know which, but I wanted to share with you guys about our day. We had such a fun day today. Today was Cousin Fun Day, but in Mexico, and we had a blast. But I am exhausted because I don't know if it was because I was excited last night or I don't know what it was. I just did not sleep very well last night at all. I know it's fogging up again. I just don't want to have to keep on doing it like I don't know how. Okay, I think tonight well, tomorrow when I get ready to start vlogging, we literally just walked into the hotel room like 2 minutes ago. I'll leave the camera out here for like 15 minutes before I start vlogging. So anyway, I don't know what it was. Last night I just had a really hard time falling asleep, and there was two things, okay, which is like, it's kind of like, tell me you didn't watch the entire vlog without telling me you didn't watch the entire vlog. Number one, I got a couple comments from people that were like, Peter, you started telling us about the planes are going overhead. A couple of people said, Peter, you started telling us about what happened to your feet, but then you never finished it. And I actually did finish it if you watched till the very end of the vlog. At the very end of the vlog, I did mention what happened to my feet. Hold on just a second. I would stop it, but I think that's part of what makes this vlog such a unique vlogging experience, is you never know what you're gonna get. And today you're getting cleaned off with my shirt. But the first thing was people were like, Peter, you never finished your story about what happened to your feet. And if you actually watched it till the very end, it was like the last 2 minutes, and I did say. So what happened with my feet was that on one of my vlogs the other day, I was talking about how I don't like to go to different places to get pedicures because Tani and I have been going to the same place for like, I mean, since I've known her. And one time we went somewhere different. It was right before we were going to Las Vegas. I think it was like one of Alex and I's first trip to Las Vegas, and they cut my foot. And then I don't even think I knew it until I got to Las Vegas. And then I had to walk all over Las Vegas. It was like on my toe, if I remember correctly. And then I had to walk all over Las Vegas with this cut foot. And so I said it. Well, as I was saying it on my vlog, I was like, and I even explained it, I think in reference to like, this is kind of an example of like OCD, like you don't want to say things because like this is how you're like, I can't believe this is fogging up so bad tonight. Hold on. This actually hasn't happened to me on for a couple trips. Just stick with it. Just stick with it. Okay. So anyway, I think I said something to the effect of like, that's kind of like how OCD works in my head, because as I was saying it, I was thinking to myself, okay, now that you've put that out there, like, and this is kind of one of the things I have to work through with the OCD, is like, now you're gonna get a pedicure and your foot will get cut. Well, we went and got the pedicure, I didn't even think anything about it. We got down here and my foot was cut. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And you can tell it's from the pedicure. It's like, just like this like little slice. It's like that big, but it's enough that like when I'm walking on it, it hurts. So yeah, so that was the first thing. What was the second thing that I was gonna say over here? There was something that I was gonna say. Oh, people were like, you never finished the story about what happened with the guy whose wife got his purse stolen. I don't know what happened. I wish I did. I wish I could solve that true crime mystery. I don't know what happened to that. I know I left you guys. A couple people were like, Peter, you left us on a cliffhanger. You left us hanging. I wish I did know what happened. I have no clue what happened. I think the last I knew, like, they were telling him to come up to the room, and I was like, no, don't do it, and whatever. But anyway, and then I went to bed, and there was, like, the loud noises that sound like gunshots, but I think it was just, like, doors slamming. I mean, it wasn't like, the police never came, so it wasn't anything like that, but Anyway, I have no idea what happened to the purse. Should we make up a story? My friend and I, when I was in college, we used to sit out of like the main lecture hall area, and that's where we would like smoke and drink our coffee. And she had this game that she would play called Instant History, and you would just like randomly pick out somebody, and you would like go, okay, her. And then you would like have to come up with a name and like her family history and like what she did for a job and like, you know, like if she was dating somebody. Well, like you do this instant history. It was like this, anyway, it was real fun. So last night I did not sleep very well, and we had to be down there for our car to pick us up because we were like, Alex had arranged a car to take us to where the ferry is to go to Isla Mujeres. And I'm like, I don't know how much you can see in there. He's like walking around covering himself up, but I don't think you can see it because I have the blinds closed. I'll have to look when I can you guys, you can't see him walking around really, can you? No, because the blinds are closed. Okay, so so we had to be down there at 9:15. Well, I wanted to take a shower this morning. I wanted to like trim my beard and stuff like that. And so it's like, okay, I have to be up at 8:30. Well, the last time I fell asleep and then I would wake up. I fell asleep and I woke up. It was kind of like, I always get excited about stuff. Like I'm still like the kid the night before Christmas. Like I get excited about trips. Like I can never sleep before a trip. And I was really excited about this today just because like this isn't something that like Caroline and I have done before, you know, like met in a foreign country and like just hung out for the day and stuff. And I was really excited about it. And I didn't really know what to expect because it was like this this day club on the beach kind of thing. And and Alex's friend had recommended this place to us. So we didn't really know what we were expecting. And so I got up about 8:30, 8:35, and then Alex took a shower last night. So I got up and I know some people are like, they really like the planes, and other people are like, oh, the planes are so loud. I don't know. I know. Well, you get what you get. You don't throw a fit, I guess. It kind of reminds me of like, I actually like the sound now. Like Alex was talking the other day about how people had complained about it, and he was like, I kind of like the sound of it. It reminds me, when I was in high school, my friends and I, we used to go to the airport and just kind of like sit there and walk. That was when you could walk all over the airport, and we would walk by and see where people were flying out of, like on a Friday night. That's what we did for fun sometimes. It's so weird when I look back on that. But anyway, so we got up this morning, got ready and whatever, and got down there, and then they took us to the ferry, and then Alex, like, I thought it was like a ferry. Somebody told us like it took like an hour to get over there on the ferry. The ferry we took, it takes 18 minutes there and 18 minutes back. I thought it seemed a little bit longer on the way there, but it's like this super ferry. It's like the yellow and blue one. If you guys have gone to Isla Mujeres, you'll know what I'm talking about, from Cancun. It's like this speed boat that looks like a ferry, and so it goes really, really fast. And on the way there, we sat upstairs, but on the way back, so there's like an upstairs that's like exposed, it's like out. And then I took some video today because I was thinking about putting together a video of like different things from our trip, like for one of my channels, maybe over here, I don't know, maybe on my Peter Does Stuff channel. So I took some video of like where we left, the marina where the ferry is really, really pretty. First of all, if you're ever in Cancun, this is a day trip that I would definitely recommend. And I would do it on your own. I wouldn't do it like as an excursion, because a lot of these resorts like offer them as excursions. I would do it on your own. I would like you can take a taxi. I mean, first of all, it's like, I think it's on like the north end of Cancun. From our, like where we're staying, it took us like 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes to get there. And then I think Alex said it's like $50 per person round trip on a ferry there, and you're there like in 20 minutes you're there. And then you can get a golf cart for the day and go over the island. The island's really, really small. We didn't go anywhere else on the island other than this beach club, because by the time we got there, we were meeting them, and then we were so tired when we were leaving that we just went back. But the couple that we met the other day, they were telling us that there's like this cemetery there that's like gorgeous that they went to, and there's like all really like small little cute restaurants. Caroline and her friends are having so much fun. They're getting golf carts. I said I would have a golf cart here the whole week, and she was like, well, it's really expensive to have like one, and you can walk everywhere. So they've been walking everywhere, grocery store. Every night they go someplace different for dinner. They like, I guess everybody like goes to one part of the island and watches like the sunset and stuff, and so they're doing that. They're gonna get up really early tomorrow morning. Alex was like, why don't you just stay up? Because they're gonna get up to watch the sunrise and stuff like that. But anyway, they're having a great time. So we got there at about 11 o'clock, and then, no. We got there about, okay, so we got here, we took the 10 o'clock ferry, we got there about 10:30, and then I think we maybe like by the time we got off and got out on the street, everything was like 10:45, and then we got a taxi and we went to the beach club. So the beach club was fun. Alex and I kind of figured out very quickly what it was. So it wasn't what I expected. We kind of expected like what you would imagine like Tulum, like a beach club, like the one that we went to at night, went for his birthday, where it's like, you know, some big DJ and like people dancing. It was not that. It was a day club, and they had like all these like, you know, not lounge chairs, but like cabana kind of chairs out there. And there was a DJ that was like, his stage was in the beach, like right in the water. It was very, very low key, which was good for us. And it wasn't super loud, so you could like talk and stuff. Alex's friend, it's interesting because his friend who like, she goes to like day clubs like all over the world. She was the one that like recommended it to us. I think it's called Amazonia or something like that. But anyway, well, we were sitting there for like a half an hour, and this like catamaran, like big catamaran, like there's like all these like, what do you call them? Like piers. This catamaran like docked at the end of the pier, and then it was like 40 people got off of it, and then they all like walked over to our beach club. Well, the beach club had like a restaurant on one side, like a really nice restaurant, but then in the back it had like this buffet thing. And Alex and I were like, this so reminds us of this excursion that we did when we were in Punta Cana in Dominican Republic, where like the one that we took the catamaran for the day, and then it like beached on this island, and then you got to spend the whole day like, or not on this island, but this whole day on this like beach. I think it was on an island where I was just talking about this the other day about where they filmed Pirates of the Caribbean or something, like supposedly they did. But anyway, but they had like this meal that they served us. Well, they had like a buffet thing there. It was like a pretty extensive buffet. It was outside and stuff like that. I couldn't really eat much of it. They had like sliders, they had like hot dogs, they had like big thing to make nachos with. They had like rice, they had stuff to make like, you know, tortillas and nachos and stuff with it. It was good. So the whole day it was $50, $49 I think a person, and it was like open bar and what, I mean, I think I drank like, I don't know, 6 Diet Cokes or something like that, and it was really, I mean, we got like a huge like cabana bed like this. It was like a king size bed, and then we got like 3 of them. It was really fun. It was really, really fun. So like Caroline and her friend were in one, we were in the middle, and then Caroline's other 2 friends were on the other one. So we had 3 of them. And then you get all the drinks and all the food that you want throughout the day. I thought it was we all thought it was a good deal. It was really, really fun. And so we got there and met them, like we walked in, and then we were talking to somebody about like, we were like one of the first people at the beach club of the day. So we got to kind of like pick the chairs we wanted to be at and stuff like that. And then we were, like as we were walking in, we were talking to this guy that like worked there. He was like the manager or whatever. And we were like, how does this work and whatever. And right behind us, like Caroline and her friends got out of the cab. So we met them there, and then we got our chairs and whatever. The beach there, I would say, was beautiful. The beach was absolutely beautiful. But when you got in the water, the sand, it was weird because like on one side of the pier, the sand was like sandy sand. Like if you know, anywhere else in the ocean. The sand right in front of it was like this clay. It was like Lake Michigan. It was weird, kind of like how it is out here. I don't know why the sand is. I don't know if it's because of like storms and hurricanes or something like that, but it's a weird kind of sand. Like your foot sinks into it. It's kind of like silty almost, kind of like, it feels like mud, like you're standing in mud. But the beach was absolutely beautiful. They had this like, where we stay, like at Unico, they have like one of these, like the resort next to us, where it's like one of those chairs, like not a chair, a swing that hangs over the ocean, and like people were constantly taking pictures there and stuff. But then they have these hammocks over the ocean too, that were just kind of like, you just laid in the, like on top, right on top of the ocean, these hammocks. I laid there for like 45 minutes, you guys, it was fantastic. So we ate, and we just like hung out there and talked all day long and sat, and I just got like, I haven't even looked at my shoulders. I mean, I got incredible amount of, we all did. Like Alex is burnt. Alex never burns, and he's burnt today. But it was so fun. We had just such a good time. And so Alex and I actually like, I would go back to Isla Mujeres for like a day trip. I think if I was gonna go over there for a day trip, I would do like, I would get like a go-kart, and then, is a go-kart, a golf cart. Did I say that before? Go-kart. I get everything wrong. Tripod, treadmills, you know. But anyway, I would get a golf cart like with Alex, and, you know, then like let him drive like us all over the island, you know, while we're looking at stuff. We wanted to stop on a beach, have lunch somewhere, something like that. But we actually talked about, we love like the small feeling of it. And so we actually talked about, we actually talked about possibly like doing like an Airbnb in Tulum, like the city of Tulum, and then like maybe like close to the beach or whatever, and like just walking distance to everything. We would like to do that. We're like every day we did like a different like what do you call it, like beach club kind of thing, and some of them are loungy and whatever, because we had like fun. We went to that nightclub and it was real loungy too, but just for the day, like, you know, one day hang out at like a pool and the next day just like hang out at a beach club. So we're thinking about maybe like planning that, like a short trip, not like, you know, like a long trip, but like maybe like a 4 or 5 day trip to Tulum and just get an Airbnb and do that, and just kind of like, you know, walk around the city and stuff like that. We think that'd be kind of fun because we like the feel of like a smaller place. Are there stars like behind me? Oh, they're already lighting up. Is that a star behind me lighting up? Is it speaking? Tonight is a full moon. You're supposed to stand outside tonight and let the energy, it's the first full moon of the year and it means something. I posted it on my Instagram. And you're supposed to let it like recharge you. Let's see if I can pull up my Instagram to see what it says. Hold on a second. I posted so much on my Instagram in the last 24 hours. Okay. Where's it at? This cracked me up. I got so many direct messages about this. It says, it's like this meme. I call them memes. I accidentally wore a red shirt to Target today, and long story short, I'm covering for Bethany this weekend. I don't know why that cracked me up so much. Okay, full moon Cancer. Here's what it says. Today, January 13th, we will experience the first full moon of 2020. Now, I don't know about any of this horoscope stuff, so if you do, like, I'm not speaking like from an expert point of view. Today, January 13th, we will experience the first full moon of 2025, known as the Wolf Moon. So, make sure to spend time outside under the moonlight if you can. It's a powerful opportunity to start the year with clarity and grace. This lunation invites us to let go, release what no longer serves you, and set intentions for the year ahead. And then it goes on to this whole thing about moon cycles and stuff like that. So, make sure that you spend a lot of time outside. I was like looking at these text messages. Alex texted them that we're back. Make sure that you spend some time outside with the moon whenever you watch this. So, I don't know when that'll be. But anyway, I think I got the one up last night. Well, I recorded it early, and then I think I uploaded it. Oh no, I scheduled it to go up like while we were eating dinner last night. Oh my god. So after I got done vlogging, I crashed out last night, and both of Alex and I were like, oh my god, we were so tired. We ended up going to eat at this one restaurant here. It was kind of weird. I wasn't really that hungry, and thank god, because they only had 3 vegetarian options on this huge menu. And I was like, okay, I'll have like the rice, and it was like this tomato thing, and neither one of them were good, which was good because I was not that hungry, so thank god for that. And then we came back to the room last night, and I'd already scheduled it for the vlog to go up. I will say this, it's actually kind of nice to like come back to the room, and like he usually likes to unwind and like watch TikToks for like an hour, you know, but it's actually kind of nice to have like the vlog done for the, you know, I'm so used to, I mean, back in the day I used to vlog at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, but now I'm used to vlogging. That can't be a star. That has to be like what, a plane, or somebody tell me what that is. There's my thumbnail that I'll never remember. Anyway, but you know, it's weird because now, I mean, at home, I mean, there were some days, I've been vlogging later lately. I've been vlogging at like 7:30, you know, to 8. I'd start my vlog. But, you know, a couple months ago, I was vlogging at like 5:30, you know, and getting it done early. So it's weird, like, vlogging again late at night, like when we get back from the restaurant. I will say this, it is really nice to like have the vlog like done and uploaded and like ready to post. Last night I scheduled it because I knew that we would be like at dinner, and then we were gonna like, you know, we were supposed to meet up with that couple last night. But incidentally, the nightclub was closed last night. And I was like, here's where my mind goes to. I said to Alex, I go, do you think it's because of that like fight that broke out the night before? He goes, no, I think it's because there's nobody here. So the nightclub was closed. Down there at the other bar, they had like a DJ and stuff like that. But we just like sat outside, and he had like a glass of wine, and I had like a Diet Pepsi, and we didn't even finish it. Then we came back to the room. He was like super, super tired last night. So he was like, I just want to like relax in bed and stuff. Tell me y'all just saw that. Was that a shooting star? Tell me you just saw that go behind me. What was that? Where am I at on time? 1945. Please tell me somebody just saw that. Was that a UFO? Am I losing my mind? Is it a shooting star? What is that? Did y'all just see that orb go behind my head? It wasn't like right behind me. It was like, I know, because people will be like, that was an orb. Am I losing my mind, or did I just see something on this video camera? This video camera, on this camera. It looked like it was like over the ocean, because you could kind of see, like when I like turned, you could see the shadow on the water. What was that? What is going on? What a weird day. I do have to tell you guys this. So last night when we got back here, Alex was watching TikToks and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't really know if I like want to watch a show or whatever. We walked around for a little bit last night. We were both like tired, so we got back here. And like I said, the vlog was already up. Oh, this is what I was saying. It's kind of nice to have like the vlog. Like this is one of the reasons why I'm vlogging now. It's kind of nice to have the vlog like up and like ready to go, and then like go to dinner, then come back and relax, and you know, have Alex and I time and things like that. It's kind of nice to have that all done. I feel like tonight I probably will make this a little bit of a shorter vlog. So I've been vlogging for like an hour, you know, most days. To be honest with you, I'm exhausted. I'm absolutely exhausted. So I want to lay down for at least like an hour tonight before our dinner reservation is at 9:15. So I need to start getting ready by like 8:45. So if I get like an hour of rest in there, that's good. I probably won't be able to sleep. Whenever I lay down and take a nap, I just can't sleep. So this will be a shorter vlog than usual, but we came back last night and Alex was laying in bed looking at TikToks. I was actually like on Instagram, like resharing all this stuff. I've been like resharing all this funny stuff on Instagram, and now all this funny stuff is showing up for me, because you know, like the algorithm, how it works. Yeah, you know that. I'm just learning about the algorithm. So anyway, it almost kind of looked like a meteor. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. That was like the weirdest thing in the entire world. Anyway, so we were laying in bed and he was looking at TikToks and stuff like that, and Instagram Reels, whatever he looks at. And then I was looking at stuff too. We were sending each other stuff. And then I was like resharing stuff on Instagram. That's so weird. I very rarely do that. Like I don't spend really like very little time. It was funny because today, one of Caroline's friends I don't really know that well. And so I was like, okay, like her other friends I'm friends with on Facebook already. But I was like, okay, who do we know in common, like mutual friends? And she said something about, she's like, I don't ever get on Facebook. I go, like, this is literally, I said, other than these groups that I'm in, I wasn't even gonna explain to her what the Vloggery knows or the book clubs were and stuff. I said, other than these clubs that these groups that I'm in, I said, I don't ever get on Facebook. The only reason I anytime I get on Facebook is just to see, like, if I meet somebody or I know somebody, like, who we have in common. Like, that's the only reason I ever get on Facebook. It's like the sole purpose of Facebook for me. Twitter, I like maybe once every 2 to 3 days I get on there just to check and see if there's like any like drama or anything, but that's it. Like I'm keeping my account, but I'm just done with Twitter. I'm just over it. And then because back in the day, like when I would like look for drama on there for videos and stuff, and I would like read through it and whatever, I actually have like 6 drama videos that I have like been making outlines about of stuff and like screenshotting whatever. And I kind of made this decision like last night, like at dinner, like Alex and I were talking, he's like, you haven't filmed at all. And I was like, no. I said, I'm thinking about maybe not filming until we get back, other than my vlog. And he was like, okay. He was like, you know, tomorrow he has to do some work. And so I was like, okay. And then I kind of decided last night that I wasn't going to film until we get back, because I had this revelation last night, which I'll get to in just a second. But then today, like, he and Caroline were talking, and he was like, yeah, tomorrow morning I've got to get up, like, I've got this meeting, I've got some work to do, and blah, 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 whatever. And I was like, well, I might as well just film a video then. Like, there's no reason why I shouldn't film a video if, like, he's going to do some work. So, the next couple of days I might film a drama video. We'll just kind of see. And definitely we'll continue to vlog. So tomorrow I might film a drama video. I mean, what does it take me? I can do a short one down here, 20. I mean, all the topics I have to talk about are like really like short topics. So, but I mean, I can also talk about them when we get back and just save those. So I don't know, but I'll probably make one either tomorrow or the next day. I kind of like to get up a little bit early tomorrow and have breakfast. I haven't really had breakfast since we've been down here yet. And I always say I want to have breakfast and then I don't. So tomorrow I might get up and have a little bit of breakfast. But anyway, so last night, I was like, I think I'm gonna watch a show. I wanted to finish The Breakthrough, which by the way, is fantastic. It is really, really good. I have 1 episode left. So if you didn't watch my vlog from the previous night, it's a Swedish television show or TV series called The Breakthrough. It's based on, it's a fictionalized account based on a true crime investigation that occurred, I think the murder happened in 2004. And they didn't solve it for like 16 or 18 years. And it's about the detective, the lead detective that was on the case, but it's also about the murder case as well, and this reporter that's involved in it. And it's all like dubbed in Swedish, but it's fantastically done. It's really, really good. It's not just about the murder investigation. It's also about like the detective's life and how it's been affected by this case that he has not been able to solve, and this journalist and the families of the murder victims and things like that. It's really, really well done, and it's very short. It's only 4 episodes, and each episode's like 40 minutes, so they're not like long episodes. So I came out here and I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this. I got a bottle of water out, and I was like, I'm gonna watch this. And I sat down here, and I was just kind of like, I was going through like Instagram again, and I was like, look, people had responded, so I was like responding to their messages and whatever. And I started like reading some of these, you're not getting into a lot of these like motivational quotes on the Instagram and stuff like that, right? So I started reading these motivational quotes. Well, first of all, let me just say this, okay? Today, I woke up with absolutely, like, I did not feel 1 ounce of anxiety. And I think a lot of it has to do with this kind of self-talk that I did and some note-taking that I did last night. And to myself, because I didn't really get that great of a sleep, but I woke up today with, like, no anxiety whatsoever. Haven't felt it today at all. Have felt very, very peaceful. Do I think it'll continue to come and go and ebb and flow? 100%. I definitely think that. But last night I just kind of had this like come to Jesus conversation with myself about, I think I said there's some reflection to the full moon, but that's not what it was about. Kind of having this reset moment with myself. Like using this vacation as like, this isn't really about like the anxiety, but it is. I mean, it's like a symptom of what's all this other stuff that's going on. There's so much involved in all of that, of some things that I haven't even talked about on here. And of just like stressors in my life. And it has to do with like friends of mine. It's not like a marriage thing. Our marriage is great. It's not like a financial thing. Our finances are good. It's nothing like that. It's not like a sickness or health thing with any of my friends and family. Everybody's good. It's just like I've had a lot of stressors in the last year on top of like losing Boo and Boo being sick, on top of like me doing trauma narratives around the accident, around being bullying, and that's bringing up all kinds of stuff from the last 20 years. It's just been a lot. And I feel like for the last year, I have been living in a lot of like anxiety, stress, fear, worry. And I can't continue to do that. I just can't. It's not healthy for me. I think it's normal that you're going to feel those things at moments, but to be in kind of a constant state of that is not healthy for me. I can't continue to do that. I don't want to continue to do that. And so I kind of had this like, this come to Jesus moment, so to speak, last night where I was like, okay, well, what does this look like for you? And I was like, you know what? This is part of why I was like going back and forth about filming drama videos, which I miss filming drama videos, so that's healthy for me, and filming the vlog is healthy for me. But I was like, I think when I get back to Indianapolis, like, it's the reset button is set. And moving forward in my personal life, professional, as far as like making YouTube videos and stuff, personal life, like I am only willing, like I talk so much about energy, right? Like I'm not willing to put energy where energy is not reciprocated anymore. I'm just not. And that's not an online thing. That's not an online thing. That's like in my personal life, and just, and also like asking myself, like, is this where I'm putting my energy? And by energy, I mean like my time and what I'm consuming myself with. Is it positive thoughts, or is it negative thoughts? Is it things that are making me happy, or is it things that are stressing me out? And the things that I am thinking about or compulsively, you know, obsessing about and whatever, those things, like they need to go. I need to work through them. I need to, I feel so grateful for this life that I've been given and the numerous chances that I've been given, that I have to live in that. I have to live in that, like living, like honest to God. Like I was thinking a lot about like this idea of like living my best life, and then in each moment asking myself, am I, you know, are you living your best life? And what does that look like? And the top of that list is not living out of like stress, worry, fear, control, all that kind of stuff anymore. And also like getting back to a place where like I scripted a lot of stuff that I'm gonna do. Like when I get back, like I'm focusing a lot of attention on like like, I've got some really fun things I want to do with my booktube channel, like, going forward. The more I've posted over there, the more I realize, the camera stopped, I'm at 30 minutes already. The more I posted over my booktube channel, and the more, like, Mel and I are talking about how we're changing the True Crime Book Club, and I'm looking at Peter's Book Club and stuff like that, the more it's made me realize, and the more I've been reading, the more I've realized how much I've, like, really, like, missed that aspect. And that brings me a lot of joy. And so I've got some new things I'm going to do with that. The TV channel, like, I have so much fun doing that. And so I'm like, okay, I want to do more of that as well. Like, and I want to, like, figure out new things to do over there. I came up with, like, a series that I might do over there. My drama channel, you know, there was a period when the stuff that I was covering, and I think it needed to be covered, and I think that the conversation needed to be had, but it was very, very dark and depressing for a long time. And I think you guys know a lot of the topics I'm talking about. And then it was like, I would do, like, it was where I was like, when I started talking about some of those topics, because I didn't for years and years and years, I'd say, I don't want to talk about those things over here. Like, they're not fun for me to talk about. And then I would talk about, it'd be like 3 or 4 days of, like, funny, haha, fan flipping content. And then it would be like one video of, like, something really, really serious. But then what ended up happening was it became like 3 or 4 videos of very, very serious stuff, and then one video of, like, funny, haha, fan flipping. And I really, really miss, like, just getting into the daily drama of, like, what's this person doing that's foolish, this is funny, what's my opinion about that, you know, having 3 and 4 stories, because I used to do that, like, back in the day with my drama channels, talk about 3 and 4 stories in one video. I miss doing that, you know, maybe, like, reducing the intro a little bit, and really get into, like, I still have fun on that channel, but I feel like drama commentary has changed so much in the last couple years that people want to have really, really serious conversations. And I think there's a time and a place for it. I think that that's needed. I do not think that every video needs to be that. I think that it's really taken a toll on me, especially coming back after the accident and trying to find my place back again filming over there. And then with, like having, you know, lost, you know, the dogs and other people in my life, and it just was all in my head, and I'm doing a lot of deep therapeutic work at the time and all this kind of stuff, and then I'm talking about really deep topics, and it's time for me to get back to having some fun. And that's not to say that I won't continue to talk about serious topics over there, because when it's needed, I think that that's appropriate. But I also want to have a lot of fun over there too. And so, and I also, like, one of the things I was, like, reevaluating, like, everything with my channels last night, and I was like, I love this channel so much. I love doing these vlogs, and, you know, there was a time when I was vlogging every single day, like, an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes, and I've been doing longer and longer and longer. He's, like, walking out. Oh, he's got underwear on. I've been doing longer and longer for, like, I'd say the last 6 months. Well, I've been consistently about an hour for the last 3 to 6 months, but I want to do it at about an hour and 15 to an hour and 45 minutes most days. Like, that's where I want to keep it at, because I really, really miss, I just really miss, like, having long conversations over here. And I know people are having a hard time kind of, like, catching up and stuff like that. A couple people are like, Peter, like, you know, I'm having a hard time catching up, and I get that, I know that, you know, and I know that I, like, some days post a lot of videos, and I appreciate the people that, I mean, it's weird because I don't ever really think that consciously that people watch, like, all of my channels, but there are some people that are like, Peter, I literally watch every one of your channels. Well, that's like 3 hours of video content. I mean, who can keep up with that? I can hardly even keep up with posting it, you know, but, like, I love so much coming over here and just, like, talking to you guys, and this channel, not only for that, is, like, it's just so fun and laid back for me, and it's just having a conversation, and then also on top of that, I just feel so connected, and it's also very cathartic for me, you know? I say this all the time, and then somebody the other day was like, I think this channel is really therapeutic for you. It is super therapeutic for me. I've even talked to my therapist about it, you know, and been like, and he's like, well, it's kind of like a journal writing at the end of the day. 100% it is, even if I'm not talking about anything serious, you know? Even if I'm not talking about anything super serious, it's just a way for me just to kind of, like, unload and just, like, hey, this is what I did today, and kind of, like, live it out loud and whatever. So when I come back, and I'm also going to be approaching, when I return, with this like, what deserves my attention in my, I don't really know how to say this, but what deserves my positive attention and focus as far as anything in my life, you know, from YouTube videos to relationships to friendships to anything like that. then of course I'll be kind and supportive and loving and jovial and happy, and I really want to be in it and enjoy those moments with the people I love. I am so blessed to have people like my husband, my cousin, Tanya, my sponsor, Melissa, Jason, Aaron and Eric, Valerie, Nikki and Mel, oh my God, have helped me so much. I feel so blessed to have so many wonderful people in my life, and I just really I was watching this thing last night, the show, and one of the things he says is that, she says this guy that, the detective, this other detective says, I saw this research study, American research study that says that longevity is partly related to having a fuller social life, because he's really isolated. And I was like, I need to do that. I need to start reaching out to people. I stopped reaching out to people, except for Tanya. I stopped kind of reaching out to, Nikki and Mel I talk to on the phone and stuff, but they don't live, in Indianapolis, so it's hard. I need to start reaching out to people and planning and stuff, because I just kind of started to isolate a little bit, and I think it took me this trip to kind of realize that. But the stuff that deserves my positive attention and love and kindness and you guys and stuff like that, obviously, that will be getting my positive energy. The rest of it, I'm not, fuck it. I'm just not. I'm not giving that. I'm not giving negativity, and I'm not giving, I'm just not. I'm not giving it, there's a lot in my life that okay, there's actually not a lot in my life. There's very, very little that is negative in my life. To focus on, and I'm so good at setting boundaries and setting limits and things like that. And I know that what I'm saying isn't making sense. I'm actually going to come out with a whole video. I've been kind of putting some notes together and stuff, kind of explaining a lot of this. But that will be when I get back. But I think I've done such a good job in the last 15 years of ridding toxicity from my life and setting boundaries and whatever. I think there's this misconception that boundaries are for the other person. Boundaries are for me. So that I'm not okay, don't go there again. I would say in the last 2 years, and these aren't anybody that you guys would know, because these are people that I've known for 30 years and issues and stuff like that. I've kind of started to, even though I'm isolating from doing social stuff, I've started people have reached out. Has this ever happened to you? When somebody, they've shown you who they are over and over and over again, and it's been years, and you're if you see them, you're hey, it's good to see you, whatever, but you're not close anymore. And then you start allowing yourself to kind of get closer again. And then it's all of a sudden you realize, okay, I learned this lesson 10 years ago. Why am I going back there? Tanya always says, about this situation, she said, why are you dialing up pain? I've had that on several occasions, okay? In the last, I would say, year and a half. And I think this trip has really taught me that, I just have so many blessings and so much goodness in my life that I always, it's I say this a lot. When I was talking about self-care, it's I can tell anybody in the world what to do for self-care. I don't know how to do it for myself. I'm learning. I'm getting better about it. But, if friends come to me and they're how do you do all this, how do you do all that, and just focus, how do you give your energy just to the positive, I'm I'm good at giving people suggestions for that, but I'm the worst person when I don't take my own advice very well at all. I just don't, and I know the things I need to do. So this trip is serving for me as a big reset button. I honestly, when I left on this trip, I was a little bit worried about filming schedule and what am I going to film and whatever. I'm not anymore. I'm just kind of listen, when we get back, this is a long trip, when we get back, I'm back at it, right? We're going to be in it, and it's going to be about having fun and enjoying life to the best possibility that I can, as long as I'm here, trying to put out some good into the world, on a daily basis, and to the people that are loving and supportive of me, being loving and supportive in return, and surrounding myself with a lot of positive energy. And I think I needed this trip to hit the pause button a little bit. And that's not to say that the anxiety is not going to happen, or the grief's not going to happen, or the sadness isn't going to happen. That's not to say that those things aren't going to continue to happen, that I won't be on here tomorrow and be you guys, tonight I had the worst anxiety thing ever. But it was weird because I made this list of things I'm leaving behind in 2024 and things I'm focusing on 2025. All the things in 2020, I told you guys about that, are all really positive things. All the things I'm leaving behind in 2024 are and it's not many, it's 4 or 5, are fear, worry, control. It's well, why would you hold on to those things? It doesn't even make any sense unless they're like defense mechanisms. But they're not working if they're defense mechanisms, because they're stressing me out to the point where I'm now like so focused on grief and worry and fear and all this kind of stuff and sadness. I've been so focused on that a long time that's now it's having physical outcomes in my body, and I cannot have that, you know. Not just that, I mean, it's other things as well, but like, so anyway, like, I think I needed this trip as like a pause from reality a little bit, to be like, okay, this is a much longer conversation. I mean, this is a much longer conversation, because I don't really want to get into it right now, but like, we're coming up on 3 years of the accident. Next month will be 3 years. I don't know that I really allowed myself to start living again, and probably until last summer, in all honesty. I think I was going through the motions, but I don't think I allowed myself to go. I don't think I allowed myself to live again. I don't think that I allowed myself to have a life. I think that I felt like I didn't deserve it. I think you probably didn't see that on camera, but personally, it was like, I think that's how I made sense of it is, well, you don't really, I mean, I could go on a trip, I could, you know, do this, I could smile for the camera, but I think inside I felt pretty gone, because I just didn't feel like I deserved it. I just didn't feel like, I was constantly asking myself, like, why me? You know, like, why would, I should have been the one that was taken. I can't even tell you how many times I said that to God and to my therapist, to my sponsor. It should have been me. It should have been me. Through the trauma narrative, and I think, you know, in talking to other people, I finally was able to be like, well, even if that was true, okay, which they all said it wasn't, but even if that's true, and I'm at a place to say now that I don't believe that that's to be true, but even if that were true, I am still here. So what do I do? You know, like his mother said to me, you cannot continue to punish yourself for the rest of your life, or it's a waste of a life. So what do I do? Do I continue to punish myself for the rest of my life? I know that there are some people out there that think that I should, that I have absolutely no right whatsoever to a life, but they're not the basis for my values, okay? They just aren't. You know, my mother taught me, don't value the opinion of people you don't value to begin with. And that's a very few small people, maybe, you know, 5 or 10 people out there anyway. But I think that something twisted in the summer, or turned this summer, where I was like, you have to allow yourself to start living a life. Like, you have to. Or what's the point of even being here anymore? To just continue to beat yourself up and punish yourself on a daily basis? You know, back in the day, people would say to me, like, in comments, they would say, I think you're punishing yourself. I couldn't even admit to that to be true on video. I'd be like, no, that's not true. I'm not punishing myself. Well, they would say it in regards to a lot to the driving. Me deciding not to drive is not me punishing myself. Me deciding to not drive is because I think it's the right thing to do in the situation. And that wasn't like a decision that happened overnight. Like, that was, that is one thing that has come from this that I think is I feel like that was the right decision, and I stand behind that. But from that, a lot of people would say, like, you're punishing yourself. And I was like, I couldn't see it. I was like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not punishing myself. Like, you deserve this. Like, it didn't feel like punishment because I felt like I deserved it. Until I went through this trauma narrative, and I was like, this was a medical emergency. You did not ask for it to happen. You had all precautions set in place. I know it's hard to believe, but epileptics in the state of Indiana that are doctor approved drive. Many do. Hundreds, if not thousands, do. In many states, not just Indiana. And I had just had all this testing done, you know, the month before. I was completely fine, you know? And so it's like, and on top of that, if I had known anything was wrong, I would never have gotten in a car and driven that day. But yet here I am still continuing to punish myself. And I think something happened this summer, and I just was like, you can't continue to do this to yourself anymore. Well, that was this summer. Now it's January. And I think for the first time, I've like been up in here constantly with like negativity and fear and all this kind of stuff, and just beating myself up, allowing like the negative vibes to get me. And I'm like, I'm done. If you're going to continue to live your life, you're going to live the best life possible. That's why that is my goal for 2025. So when I get back from this trip, things are changing. We're going to live in the moment. We're going to enjoy every moment. And you guys have really allowed me to do that. And I just want to say I really, really appreciate it. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense. They're like, well, you're on vacation, take some time off from vlogging. Vlogging allows me to, in each day, like, enjoy the moment. Because I'm, like, reliving the day, I'm talking about things. It keeps me, vlogging is like journaling for me. Like, I wouldn't stop journaling if I went on vacation. It keeps me in the moment, you know? Plus, I love these. I love these to look back on. I can't tell you guys how many times I've, like, pulled up an old vacation vlog and just, like, looked at the hotel room we were staying at. Like, they're fun for me, you know? And I think, like, this vlog specifically right now is a good one for me that I can, like, go back on and be like, okay, this is what you said in January. Now it's June. Where are you at? You know what I mean? But this trip has been really good for me on a philosophical level of just, like, and just laying by the beach today. I mean, in the hammock. I was just, like, laying in the hammock and I was, like, looking up at the sun and I was like, thank you, God. You know, thank you. Not just for this, but for it all. For every moment. Thank you. You know? Now, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with that gratitude? You just going to sit on it? Or are you going to enjoy your life? I'm going to enjoy my life. So anyway, okay, I'm going to get off here now. I'm going to go take a shower so that I can lay down for a little bit. I got 3 minutes till I got to be in bed so I can get an hour of sleep. But anyway, today was fantastic. It was really fun. Carol and I were joking about, we were like, thank you for shopping at Costco. Because we always say that on Wednesdays. And so we were like on the beach. Alex has a video of me and Caroline dancing. I might throw it up on my Instagram later. It just was so much fun. Her friends were so nice. Alex had such a good time with them. It just was such a great day. It was kind of like fun to get away from the resort, you know, and just do something different. So it was a good day. And yeah, and that's what's going on. So, well, thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. Like I said, this is a little shorter tonight than it's been. I know that you guys will be like, Peter, just enjoy your life. You guys are so sweet. You really are. I feel like, okay, like in recovery, we always say like a home group meeting. When I talk about my home group, is like the meeting that you make a commitment to go to every week, be of service and things like that. And people will say to you, if you don't think that your home group is the best home group in the entire world, get a different home group. I feel like my home group is the best home group in the entire world, but I also feel like this channel and you guys as an audience is the coolest thing ever. It's the coolest thing ever. And I feel blessed that every day I get to come over here and show up and talk to you guys and you guys talk back to me in the comment sections. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I can't wait to even take it further this year, you know? As we head towards the 10th year of vlogging. So anyway, thank you guys for enjoying enjoying the journey of our vacation with us. No, thank you guys for watching while we're on vacation, and I love you guys so much. I hope that you're having what is today? Monday. Beginning of the week, a magically amazing Monday, and if nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and I know when I said that, people are going to be like, is he leaving? We're not leaving tomorrow. When I said, thank you for joining us on our trip, we're not leaving tomorrow. Because somebody will get confused and be like, did you say you're leaving? That's not what I said. But anyway, but you also might want to stick around till the vlog is over to ask questions. I'm just saying, you know. And I know I do start stories and then I don't finish them sometimes. But anyway, I love you guys. Have a magically amazing Monday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.